All right, welcome back. Now, since the insurgent group Boko Haram began their deadly campaign in the northeast, the number of internally displaced persons dramatically increased as more people in the region lost not only their homes, but their freedom as well and source of livelihood.
Yes, indeed. And surviving from handouts provided by the government, individuals and aid agencies, this set of Nigerians are now counted as the disadvantaged in society. But their problems have not stopped there. Some individuals who have been put in charge of their welfare have latched on their situation or cashed in to make quick money. Some of them have been caught diverting food supplies meant for the IDPs.
Now, the police in Bauchi State have arrested 9 persons for diverting grains meant for the internally displaced persons in the state. The grains were discovered in a storehouse somewhere in Tunawun village that's been rebagged for sale. The suspects were also caught with about 650 kilogram bags of millet.
A very sad development there. Well, we have joining us, of course, Dan Ekere is still with us here, and Senior Technical Manager, TVC News, Obaniyi Akinwale, since joined us. Good morning, gentlemen, once again.
Good morning. Thank you.
Okay, let's start with you, Obaniyi. Let's hear your thoughts about this one. Dr. Dan Ekere just said earlier, while we're, on that short breather, that it's not the first time this is happening. I mean, so what's new or news about this 9 arrested for diverting IDP foods?
What is new is the issue of people cutting away IDP funds, using 200 million to cut grass in the northern region where it's extremely hot. Is coming out because the systems at the moment seems to abhor hiding such informations. The reality is the IDPs is the Nigerian system. Nigerian system is internally displaced. The corruption has now become a day-to-day affair. It's just like it means nothing. So anybody is free to do whatever he likes. So why is it coming out now is because the government in power want to be seen to be doing 1 or 2 things for those IDPs, and want to be seen that the bureaucrats are most times sabotaging the system. And sincerely yours, the greatest level of IDP we have in Nigeria are the bureaucrats.
So do you sense some sort of hypocrisy when you say the government wants to be seen as doing something? Do you sense some sort of hypocrisy?
The reality is, except we want to deceive ourselves, the reality is that we are getting close to election time. And everybody will want to leverage on your weak point or your strong areas. And what will the other opposition live on? Reality that maybe the president is nepotic, maybe there is corruption, people cover things up. And the president or the presidency or the party in power would like to be seen to be fair and would like to be seen not to be covering corruption. So the reality is for you to know that, oh, this is what we are doing. They are just blowing their trumpet that this is what we are doing. And why you are not seeing this is this. But you and I know that even the 600 bags carted away is not the real number of bags carted away.
There could be more.
The reality is how many bags was the federal government gave an explanation that the custom, every seized items, clothing and all those things. Who is checking what is seized by the custom?
All right, this is a fundamental question, really.
Yeah, it is.
Dan,
how did we get to become like this as a people? That people who are down, we seem to be trampling more on them.
But that has been the nature of Nigeria politics. They've always trampled on the people. It is the people who are down that you can trample upon. Are you going to climb on those who are up? It's not going to work. So you know, because politics has always been a game of self-interest, not service as it's, ordinarily projected. So they will do everything to trample upon, and it is only when they subject you to that level of inhumanity that you respect them the more. Such that whatever they do, you see it as, one huge favor that they are doing. You find a situation in which allocation is made to a constituency for a particular project. Somebody will corner the whole money and make a donation to the place as if he is doing a goodwill, something to the people. And they also, because people don't have information, you begin to glorify the person as having done well, whereas all he has done is just giving you a tip of what is actually meant for you. That's the kind of situation you find. And with respect to the IDPs, yeah, my brother has made the point that truly we are approaching election year or election period. And so you must do everything to ensure that all the sentiments that could project you in the right light are whipped up. Yes.
Right, Dan. First of all, we must all admit that this is very shameful as it is. But beyond that, what does a thing like this do to the psyche of, for instance, the international organizations that work so hard to ensure that people who go through circumstances like this, that their needs are catered to? What does something like this do to their psyche?
Well, ordinarily, it will have a negative effect on such organizations, because having raised funds with a view to alleviating the situation of such people, only to hear of this kind of thing, and all it tells you is that whatever you are bringing to these people, the same thing will happen to it. But unfortunately too, even so many of the organizations are not better. They do the same. Yes, because